everybody. Welcome or welcome back. My name is Monique and welcome to Medora Budgets. I'd like to thank anybody who's liked or commented on any of my videos, especially those that have chosen to subscribe to my channel. Truly started this as a way to hold myself accountable, but I understand, recognize, and appreciate the community as a whole. If you are rocking with me on this journey, thank you, thank you, thank you. If you haven't made up your mind yet, sit with me for a spell. At the end of this video, if it's content you find valuable or enjoyable, please feel free to subscribe. It's myself and Sweets, married with a whole bunch of kids, trying to figure out our future family and finances so the decisions we make now won't negatively impact us in the future. Today is, come on now. No, not that. Today is Thursday, July the 17th, and you will see this video today. So this is my Transfer Tuesday on Thursday for the amounts that we discussed on the expense tracking that I have for my Chase Freedom credit card. So just as a recap, I am tracking all expenses, whether they are charged on that Chase Freedom card or cash or my Chase checking account, etc. I track all of those in my paper planner just so that I always have a running list available with me on the go. But I also track digitally, and the majority of my finances are tracked digitally. And I did a expense tracking here for just the Chase Freedom credit card because that's what I'm tackling first. I am trying to, whoa, what is that? I am trying to get my Chase Freedom card down to a zero balance versus just a zero statement balance. So where we ended was, well, first it was for the week of July 7th through July the 14th. I ran it from the Tuesday to a Monday. So although I am going to pay my Chase card today, just know we've already got 2 or 3 days worth of expenses that we're already starting to track there and see for the next Transfer Tuesday that I will do next week. So this is for the July 7th through the 14th. And we spent a total of $1,897.65. I have that broken out into the different categories here at the bottom. And then I wrote all of that information on a sticky that I keep in here. What I'm going to do with this, get back in there. What I'm going to do with this is that I do this for each week. And then I use that to reconcile the numbers on the actual budget that I did for that particular paycheck. So that's how we run that. All right, so $1,897.65. Sorry, y'all, my book hit up against my keyboard over here on the side and it's connected to this iPad, y'all. Just the struggles. All right, so the amount was $1,897.65. Now, the charges that I have for Amazon for the Kindle that I did and the screen protector, etc., that's not going to be included in this because I'm doing a payment install for those. That's what I documented over there. So what it shows in YNAB that is due is, give me 1 second while that pulls up, only because sometimes I show my bank account information in. I don't necessarily want that to show. So what it shows in YNAB that is due for the Chase Freedom card is, there you go. So Chase Freedom shows what's due as $1,644.53. So that is what we are going to pay, $1,644.53. So I'm going to stick that over here, $1,644.53. So I will remember what that amount is over there while I go to Chase. Now, the reason why I couldn't do the Transfer Tuesday, or I was having some struggles, some of this money needed to move from my bills account over into my Chase checking account so that I would be able to make the payment on the Chase Freedom card from that checking account. And I was having some struggles. I finally figured out what the problem was. The information, the debit card information that I had entered to do the P2P transfer. Remember, it is a community bank. They don't do Zelle. They don't do Cash App, etc. They only do a P2P. My debit card information, they wanted me to re-enter it, and I didn't realize that. So I took care of that this morning, and then the transfer that they were holding went through, so we are good. So give me a moment. And Y'all, excuse me. I am having to re-enter my information on the Chase account. All right, we are in. I forgot to change my password, so that was my problem. All right, so it shows due amount is $3,690.87. As I mentioned before, we already have some other transactions that have gone through, but I am here to do the 1644. We're gonna hit pay card on that, and it shows $0 that are due right now. It just shows the current balance. So interest saving balance is 0. Statement balance is 0. We're just making an other payment to try and take care of the amount that I know I owe. So 1644.53 is what I am typing in. And done. Reminder, you have an active plan or loan. If you pay more than interest saving balance, you'll be making early payment. So we'll see if that $240 for the Kindle, we'll see. I may be paying that off now early because of the amount of money that I am paying on this, but it's all good. It is what it is. I do want to stay consistent with making that payment. So that is what we're doing now. Make payment, yada, 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 and make the payment. We are done. And let's wait for it to go through. I do want you to pay it. Alrighty. And let's close that out. It is, you made the payment, $1644.53. And that's what showed over here that I needed to make the payment for. All right, so we are done. Let's go ahead and close that. I do want to see, yeah. So they do give you your payment activity as well. So just kind of like what I did with the Citi credit card, just showing what the history is. It doesn't show us the activity as far as the charges, but it does show the activity as far as the payments are concerned. And now you see that the 1644 has been paid. There you go. All right, we are done. That is it. I don't think there's anything else. I will try and come back to the Transfer Tuesday the right way on next week. It will cover expenses for July the 15th through the, what's that, the 20th or 21st, somewhere up in there. It will cover those costs. And then we'll just keep plugging away at this. All right, that is it. Thanks everybody for your time. You guys have a good one.